Good day, everyone. Welcome to Baby's Advocate. My name is Damilola. I'm a mom who loves to share tips on how to better understand our baby so that our lives can be easier. If it's your first time watching any of our videos, thank you. Welcome to Baby's Advocate. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that anytime we drop a new video, you're going to be the first to know. And for all our returning viewers and subscribers, thank you for coming back. We really appreciate you. Thank you to my babies and the ones that are coming. So today's video is story time. Story time is about my birth experience. How it felt like going into labor and giving birth. That's what today's video is about. So I gave birth to my princess on a Friday, but let's rewind to Tuesday. On Tuesday, I was feeling some cramps. I felt probably it's the normal bruising aches I used to feel. And since I didn't see any mucus plug, I didn't see water, my water didn't break, all was well and good. On Wednesday, it became more intense and I saw my mucus plug on Tuesday evening. I called mommy. Mommy said, go to the hospital. I said, mommy, the thing is not as painful as everybody used to say it is now. And now, talking about the pain, this is where God comes in. In the beginning, even before I took him, I had a list of prayer points of what I wanted God to do through my pregnancy and through the whole delivery. God answered some. And you'll be like, why didn't he answer everything? He is God. And at the end of the day, looking back at it now, he actually answered all. I had a safe delivery and my baby is okay. A lot of times we expect God to go the way we want him to go, but his plans are way different from our plans. So the God factor is a very important factor. I said, God, I don't want a painful delivery. I want a pain-free delivery. Was it totally pain-free? But was it painful? It wasn't that painful like everybody say. When it's time for labor, you will know. The pain alone, self, you will know that you are in labor. I don't think I actually experienced that. So on Thursday morning, I was still fine, having some little contractions here and there. And as at that time, mommy has finished calling my phone. In Yoruba, Shetilos hospital. Have you gone to the hospital? She has called like only God knows how many times. So I just called my doctor. Doctor, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling stomach tightening. I'm having lower abdominal pain, and it's kind of more intense than what I used to feel. I said, could that be the sign of labor? He said, since he's not seeing me, he cannot say, but it sounded like it. He said, how far have I gone? I told him. He said, Dami, pack your load and come to the hospital now. If it is not labor, you'll be sent back home. But what I'm hearing, come to the hospital right now. Guess what? In a split seconds, my husband was ready. Like, psst. The next thing I said, are you ready? Let's go. I'm like, sir. He was ready. We called the driver and straight to the hospital. I got to the hospital around 12. And I said, I came here. I didn't even need to explain. They saw me with bag. I jumped queue now. A pregnant woman with bag, obviously in labor. She is treated as an emergency case. When the doctor saw me, he said, you know how doctors can be now. Why are you here? He said, I think I'm in labor. He said, you think you are in labor? Okay. In his expression, it was like, you're in labor. Okay. And you're like this. Okay, what are the signs? What are you feeling? I explained to him. I said everything. He said, okay. How far along are you? Or he said, when is my EDD? According to my first scan, while he was checking my file, he said, I told him it was the Monday and that was a Thursday. He asked, okay, when was my last period? I told him. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, I am very, very sure. I told him the event that happened prior to that period and why I cannot forget. And I told that sometimes I normally have late cycle. My cycle is not stable, but it's just 7 days maximum that it will be late. He did all his doctor's calculation and said, hey, from all my calculations, from his own wealth of knowledge, I'm over 40 weeks. I'm in my 41 weeks, and he still does not understand why my first scan will give that date. So he said, first, before he set me up, he's going to check me and know how far I have dilated. After he checked me, that checking part was very funny. My husband was there and he was checking me. I was just looking at him like this. Did like, face your front. Do let him check you. And he checked me, said, you're 2 cm. And you said this is how you're feeling. I said, yes, I'm feeling stomach tightening and lower abdominal pain, and I'm not really timing it, but I know they are coming. He said, okay. He's going to admit me, and I'm going to go upstairs to meet the gynaes. I'm going to go upstairs to meet the gynaes, who are the ones in charge of the pregnant women, and whatever they say, but as far as it's concerned, I'm late. I got upstairs, they checked me, they even thought I was ready to give birth. Only for me to be asking questions. Ma, I saw this on my panty liner. I saw that. The nurse was just answering me and being calm, and I'm sure what was going on. You said you're in labor and you are this calm. Are you sure? When the doctor, the gynae came, said, yeah, 2 cm, you're barely 2 cm. I said, Said, okay. Said, but this was going to happen. We're going to give you a bed and just go and relax there. We'll call you back in a couple of hours. And while I was there, the room I was were 5 women. They've given birth, and the one just walking in with my big belly. Fortunately, everybody was sharing their birth experience, how they've been feeling pain, how they were screaming when it was closed, how they were pushing. One of them had to say, you people should stop talking like this, or don't scare this woman that just walked in. I just smiled, and I was just standing, and the nurse came and said I should lie down, that I need to rest, I need to lie down. The moment the nurse left, I said, which one is lie down again? They said, madam, lie down. That's how they told them to lie down, that it helps hasten the contraction, except when especially when you're lying on the left side. And I was like, I've never heard that before. They said they've never heard it, because most of them, it was their first time. I'm like, okay. Lo and behold, I lie down on my left side, and I could feel the contraction come closer. I was like, wow, okay. I stayed there. Most of them were discharged, except for one. So we kept talking. She kept telling me her experience, and told me not to worry, even though she told me how she was screaming and how she was shouting, and how the nurses were like, so it's not your first child now, why are you screaming like this? Just say I should not just worry, I should hope for the best when it's my turn, that everybody's experience is not the same. When it was evening, I was checked again. I was just they said a little bit above 2 cm, and I should go back, that they'll call me back. When it was around 10, I was called in, and the guy that was there checked me and said, you are a little bit above 2 cm. Since you are not exactly 2 cm like you were when you came in, we are going to perform cervical ripening. It's not painful. We're just going to open you up, put catheter and something, pump something. It was just explaining it. She said it's not painful. I said, okay, but the process of opening me up, I just screamed. He said, what? This thing is not painful. I said, sir, that thing you use is painful. He said, I said, sorry. But I stayed. They tried you doing the cervical ripening. It failed. The senior gynae that was on night shift came in and said, what happened? He said, we've tried this thing and it failed. He said, try again. It was not staying. It kept falling. He said, try again. They tried it 3 times and it didn't work. I said, okay. I should go to my room when it's around 2 or 4 in the morning a.m. They will give me some drugs to help also. I went to the room. I met my husband. My sister was there. She was like, are you not sure? Don't you think you came to the hospital too early? I said, I've been feeling like this since Tuesday. I don't think it's too early. She said, well, okay. That she was going to leave, that since my husband is around, that she prayed that hopefully by morning I would have given birth. Hey, come and see my amen. Amen. Later, the nurse came and said, my husband can't stay till morning, that because I'm not the only one in the room. There is another female patient in the same room, so he had to go downstairs. I said, okay. I lie down. I tried to sleep, but you can't sleep during labor. Not that the pain won't let me sleep. It's just the anxiety that I am too calm. I was not questioning myself. Are you sure you are in labor? Everybody that left this room today, the way they felt their pain is not how you felt it. And I remember my husband telling me that, you remember you prayed that it will not be painful. I said, oh, my prayer is being answered. A pain-free delivery. I said, okay. Around 2, I was born. And the nurses will not allow me to go downstairs, but there was an escape route. I found my way downstairs without them knowing. Going to see my husband, the moment he saw me, stood up, said, hope there is no problem. Hope there is no this. I said, no, I was just bored upstairs. I came to see you and I was tired of lying down. We gisted, we prayed. I said, okay, let me go back upstairs before they come and check they're around again. It was not up to 30 minutes. I go back to the room. The nurse came to do around. I was like, eh. But then escape prison, hospital break. This was not prison break. Then around 3, 4, I was given the drugs. I had to put it under my tongue. I did that, and during my pregnancy, I had excess saliva, so I was still spitting when the old drugs. So I don't know if it is the spit that did not allow the drugs to work very well, or my body was just rigid to the drug. Around 6 a.m., the doctor asked me to come back in for check, and when he checked me, the doctor says, no, doctor, the nurse was asking that how far have I dilated, that am I still 2 cm. He didn't say it in my presence. He thought I had left. He said, can I cut down on 2 cm, sha? I like, eh? From a little bit above 2 cm to can I cut down on 2 cm? I started praying. Say, God, do your wonders. This is not how I wanted my delivery to be, but you have your plan. The most important thing is I'm fine and my baby is fine. Fast forward to 10 o'clock when a new doctor came. Now this new doctor, this is another God factor. The doctor that was on the night shift took the delivery of a friend of mine, and it was, according to her, she liked him. He was good. He was calm with her. He was everything. But that doctor was not just my doctor at all. For some reasons, you know, when somebody is not your doctor, it's not your doctor. But when this morning shift doctor came, he was relatable. He was bringing up conversation. He actually wanted to know how I'm feeling, since from my case file, I've been 2 cm and I've been in the hospital for over 12 hours and almost 24 hours, and they still said I'm 2 cm, that he was going to check me. He wanted to know how my pregnancy was. Even though he has gone through my case file, he was creating a relationship so I could be comfortable. It was just the doctor. It was everything I asked for in prayers. Another prayer answered. So the God factor cannot be overruled throughout pregnancy and delivery. So on getting to the ward, he checked me. He said, wow, nice, good progress. You are now 4 cm. I was like, Oluwa Osho, thank you God, 4 cm. He said, okay, now that you've progressed, we are going to induce you. I said, okay, go ahead. Said we are going to give you, is it oxytocin? I can't really remember the name of the injection. They injected me. I was given drip. Why? Before they said my vision will be blurred, and this is how I'm going to feel. Before me, that I was eating before I went, I could not eat again. I started taking pictures. I could not chat with friends and everybody. Not taking pictures, enjoying myself, staying in the room, and the process was good. I called my sister. I said, sis, I'm being induced. She was heartbroken. She said, that thing is painful. It's very painful. Why don't you just tell them to do CS once and for all? I said, they've not brought the option of CS, but I want to give labor a try. That if they bring it up, I'm not going to argue with them. But so, no, just go in for CS. Wait now, let me try this thing now. As the first time, we want to try. My daddy has asked me to do CS like 8 months earlier. My sister was telling me again. I said, no, let me give it a try. An hour later, doctor came. Was like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling contraction? Are you contracting? I said, yes. Said, are you sure? I said, yes. Said, are you sitting like this? Fortunately, I was contracting at that moment. He placed his hand on my stomach and felt the tightening and I said, okay, that means your pain threshold must be very, very high. I said, thank God, oh. I kept on taking the pictures that I can. Then, few hours later, my husband was calling to know how I was feeling. Few hours later, they came to check me. That was around, I started the inducing drip around 10. Around 2, he came to check me again. But in between, a woman came in, delivered. Although I didn't see her process because there was a demarcation between me and her. But I saw the way they brought out the baby, cleaned him up with the oil, gave him his immunization, dressed him up. It was just so cute. So I said, oh my God, this is how my baby is going to be dressed up. Looking at the baby, I was still making jest of the woman, the way she was screaming. I was like, did you know you are going to scream like that? I was just catching cruise. The matron came in and said, are you sure this injection is working? You tell me this woman is a first-time mom and you are inducing and she's not screaming. The doctor had to answer her that her pain threshold is very high. I've checked her. She's actually contracting very well. The matron was surprised, said, wow, that's good though for a first-time mom to be like this. After which, 2, he came to check me again and said, you are now 4 cm exactly. You are no more a little bit above 4 cm. You are 4 cm exactly. I was surprised that we are supposed to be increasing. Now why are we decreasing? He said, madam, if by 4 o'clock you do not increase to 5 cm, you are going in for CS. I said, sir, you are free. Even my dad will be angry that I didn't do the CS earlier. But either way, the most important thing is that I'm fine and my baby is okay. He said, I like your spirit. You have a very high spirit. Around 3:30, that was very fun. Between 3 to 4 o'clock, I knew that I was going through inducing. The pain became very severe, as in very, very severe. I was going to the toilet more frequently. Then I noticed blood and I was like, nurse, I'm bleeding. Why am I bleeding? She said that is what is called the bloody show. That for some women, they see it before they come to the hospital. That what I'm experiencing now is called the bloody show. When it was around 3:30, the doctor came in and I was like, Dami, why are you crying? I said the pain now is not giving me time to recover before it starts again. Now at that point, he knew that the contraction is like less than 3 minutes apart. So he told the nurse to come and check the baby's heartbeat first while he was getting ready to check me. But to our greatest surprise, where he was picking the heartbeat was not where she used to pick it. There has been a slight change. She called on him like, sir, you need to check her now. She's the baby's heartbeat is fine, but the position has changed. He checked me. He said, you're still 4 cm. Discontinue the drip. You are going in for CS. Please call your husband. Let him. He needs to sign some things and all that. And I was like, okay, no problem. Can he come in? The matron was like, yes, he can come in. The doctor was surprised. Said, yes, since I'm the only one in the labor ward as at that time, which is another answered prayer. I told God that at the point where I need my husband, because they already said they wouldn't let them in at all. Now at the point where I need my husband, please let me be the only one in the ward. I need him there. So he came in, himself and the doctors were talking. It was giving me signs that you have tried, even though all my eyes were this swollen, my face everywhere was swollen, and I was like, and after the whole signing stage, he came to meet me. You are doing fine. Even though he wished I didn't have to go through all that stress, and I could see worry in his face. I said, oh God, don't worry, we'll be fine. Please give me your phone. Let's take some selfie. Let's take some pictures. And I was like, he was just looking at you. I said, Dami, you are strong. Said you are strong. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You've tried since yesterday, since Wednesday. You've been at this. You are strong. You'll be fine. Don't worry. We did some pet talk. he had to leave. I didn't know I was not supposed to take anything. Can you imagine? I took my biscuit that I was eating before. I started eating biscuit and drinking. Thank God you not came in time. I said, you're not supposed to eat anything again. You're going in for surgery. I said, hey, what about water? She said, no, you are not supposed to take anything. I said, okay, ma. My husband left and she prepared me for surgery. And I was like, am I going to walk into the theater or I was going to be wielding? She said, if I want to walk in, it's fine. Since we have already created a relationship, I walked into the theater. The doctor was set here. When I said this doctor is my doctor, he picked up everything like he was ready. He had to cancel appointment. He even had to call his wife. I'm sorry, what I plan to do for you today, I won't be able to do it. I have a patient I am attending to, and I cannot hand that over to the next doctor. I need to be the one to take a delivery. At that point, I was like, God, thank you for giving me my doctor. I got to the theater, I laid, and I had to call the doctor. I said, the nurse said, is this catheter for the urine bag, is it working? She said yes, that I could see that urine was entering. I said, I just peed though. She said it's not possible. She came to check and told the doctor that my water just broke and all this, used medical terms and all. He came to check me. You're still 4 cm. I thought you were going to have increased so that we can try normally. I said, sir, please go on with the surgery. When everybody was there, he said, Dami, you'll be the one to pray for us. So after praying, I didn't know that I was losing it little by little. I just managed to finish praying. And he said, Dami, can you feel this? I said, yes. He said they should increase the dose. This is where film came through. You remember anytime we are watching Tom and Jerry eats Tom with something or the vice versa, and it's as if they are seeing in circle, everything they are seeing is in circle. Or when they show you that hypnotizing somebody and the person starts seeing in circles, it's not just it actually happened in real life. That was how I felt when I was given the injection to sleep off. But when they were bringing out my baby, that's one thing I know. When they were bringing out my baby, I knew they brought her out because I felt they lift the skin. Painful it was not, but just the feeling that my skin is being lifted up to bring someone out. And when I was taken to my room, because my room was changed, I knew that okay, I was in the room now, the operation is over. And I didn't know how long it took, but I knew the next thing I heard was, Dami, see your baby, can you hear us? My family members were already in the room with me. I saw my husband. Of course I recognized his face. I saw him. They were showing me my baby's face. Oh boy, I could not recognize her. I just knew that they were showing me. I recognized everybody's voice, but the face, apart from the shape of my husband's face. But the interesting thing about this whole process, after trying labor, trying all forms to induce me to increase my cervix dilation that failed, I went through CS. For me, it was an adventure. It was fun. If it is, it might not be fun for some people, but it is fun. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, I decide to share this story, that a lot of times women go into labor with the idea that they want to push, they want to have a vaginal delivery, and it doesn't happen like that. You are not a failure. If it happens that you end up having your baby through cesarean, you are not a failure. The most important thing is that you're fine, your baby is fine. That is the most important thing. And because of the way cesarean is in Nigeria, if you plan to have that initial first, for me, mother-daughter bond of breastfeeding, that you want to breastfeed your child, that you don't want to bottle feed at all, and you could not because of the cesarean, mothers, you are not a failure because you didn't breastfeed at that first day. You still have a long, how many days more to breastfeed him or her. You are not a failure. Don't let anybody tell you that going through cesarean is a sin, or anything, that anybody that goes through cesarean is not strong enough. You are strong. You are a mother. You are not weak. You are strong. Know that you are not weak. You are not a weakling. Let nobody tell you you are weak. you are strong. The way your child came out is just different. But would you have preferred if you had lost that baby? That would have been worse. But the most important thing, that you didn't lose your life, your child is fine. So if doctor has told you earlier that this baby is going to be planned cesarean, take it all joy. The joy of it all is that your baby is fine. See, I'm repeating myself because I've seen a lot of people beat themselves up because they are told that they are going to go through cesarean. It's still a form of delivery. You are not just going through labor. My daddy will say, and in some hospital they say vaginal delivery is labor, is pain before, and labor is pain after. And for me, I even prefer this cesarean because the pain that I expected from it, like after you deliver, the whole cutting, how people made it look so mysterious, is not actually how it is. It is not as painful as people. The recovery process is not that painful. So please, if you are told you are having a cesarean, you are not weak, you are strong. That's I can't forget that one my husband said. He said you are strong. Now I'm telling you, if you are told that you're having a planned cesarean or an unplanned cesarean, you are strong. I hope you found this video really helpful. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, go to the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you will know anytime we drop a new video. Till we come your way again, keep loving your baby and keep taking care of you.